Hey everybody, it's Amy from Amy Sews and Amy Bachman Sew and Quilt. We are going to make these cute little bunny bags today. They are so easy. And there is a printable PDF. It's just simple at amybachman.com. And the website, go to the Flippin Friday icon. You'll find the download there. You're going to make your own pattern because you can make these any size you want. I just took a piece of 8.5 by 11, fold it in half, and I just drew an angle. These are my ears. Right, just like that. And then we're going to take a 1-inch piece, 1-inch square. You want to box the bottom of your patterns. That's it. You just have to make sure the ears are long enough to tie. This is pretty dramatic, so my bag's going to be pretty small. So you need to think about what size is your bag, what size are your ears, right? So let's head on over. You're going to cut out 2 of these patterns. You're going to cut out 2 of these of your main fabric and 2 of the lining, right? So it's very simple. We're going to do both. You're going to need a little piece of ribbon to tie up your bunny bag, and of course, some goodies to put in there. All right, I'm heading over to the sewing machine. So the first one I have almost complete. This is the pretty side of the bag, right? You're going to sew down the sides. Sew down the other side, and then you're going to box the corners. And what does that mean? You're going to take that little square that we cut out, put right sides together. I'm going to push one seam one way and one seam the other, and I'm going to stitch across. Just like that. And here is the first part of my bag. So the ears are open. We're going to sew the ears together. So you're going to make one of these and make one of the lining. Here is the lining right here. We have 2 pieces right sides together. It's easier if you sew from the square. Yes, it's much easier if you sew from the square end to the point of the ear. Now this is the lining, so I want to leave one part open. I'm going to skip a couple inches. So I have an opening so I can turn my lining out. I'm going to sew across the bottom. Box the bottom. And again, this is a craft project, so don't kill yourself, right? You're going to be gifting these full of candy, and who knows what's going to happen to them when you're done. So these are great scrap buster to use up some of those spring fabrics that you have laying around. I would say 12-inch squares, probably like 10 by 12 squares. You're going to be absolutely fine. All right, so I'm going to now put these together, right sides together. So I'm going to turn out my pretty basket. Okay, you can see how nice that box is on the bottom, the corners, right? I'm going to slide this in here. And I want to go the other way. I want to turn this way. All right, so turn my lining out. I had to stop and think. And then I'm going to put my pretty fabric outside. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to take it and line up those ears. You're going to line up that V. You're going to line up these points. And you are going to sew this all the way around because we left that lining open. Remember, we left that lining open to turn. You're going to take your time and you're going to be perfect at this. And again, my seam allowance is just a skinny 1/4 inch. It doesn't really matter. It just matters that you're catching everything. Okay. They go together so fast. I'm going to make these boys up for their Sunday school teachers, and we're going to put some fun things in here for them. So whether you celebrate Easter or you celebrate spring, everybody loves a little gift, right? So this is the perfect way to present it. And I really, you need to take your time to think about, do you have any elderly neighbors? They're elderly people, widows, widowers living in your neighborhood that sometimes they get forgotten, right? All right, we've sewn all the way around. So I'm going to reach in. I would press this, right? You're going to do good sewing techniques. You're going to press it. I'm going to reach in here and I'm going to turn the bunny bag out. Let's head over to the other camera here. All right, just going to turn the bunny bag out. Give yourself a minute to get it undone. And then that opening that you have, you can just fold that and just stitch it shut real quick, right? It's not going to matter. Tuck everything in there, get your ears out. You guys understand. You're just going to kind of tug and fluff until you get it all the way out, until it looks like this. You can press it, you can top stitch it, you can do whatever you want, but then you just put your goodies in there, gather it up, just tie it with a bow. You can use organza, this is just a little piece of grosgrain, you can use twine, you can use whatever. Of course, I've got a knot in my ribbon. You guys get what I'm doing here. Tie yourself a little bow. Fluff out your bunny baskets, bunny bags, and there you go. It's so easy to create your own bunny bags. Just get busy. It's a fun project. Just gift something to someone who would truly appreciate it. And now you can get the pattern at amybachman.com and the Flippin' Friday right on the website. And the video will stay on Amy Sews and Amy Bachman YouTube. So we'll make something fun, because the more you know, the more you sew.